The United States will be the most important Western nation when it comes to the development of AI. It's home to OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, and IBM. So the policies the US have adopted so far will be hugely consequential for innovation, safety, and geopolitics. Here is an intro to US AI policy. In 2019, Executive Order 13859, titled Maintaining American Leadership in Artificial Intelligence, was made by President Trump. It states that continued American leadership in AI is of paramount importance to maintaining the economic and national security of the United States, and to shaping the global evolution of AI in a manner consistent with our nation's values, policies, and priorities. The 5 principles of the AI initiative 5 years ago were: drive technological breakthroughs to promote scientific discovery, economic competitiveness, and national security; reduce barriers to the safe testing and deployment of AI; train workers with the skills to develop and apply AI technologies; foster public trust, and promote an international environment that supports AI research. Fast forward to 2024, and the world of AI has certainly changed. In 2019, generative AI was a pretty niche field. Now it's reached the mass market. The 5 principles stated in 2019 still apply, but the safety aspect is now taken more seriously. This comes in part in the form of frameworks. The United States have adopted 3 non-binding frameworks that provide guidance: the Guidance for Regulation of Artificial Intelligence Applications, the Artificial Intelligence Risk Binding Framework, and the AI Bill of Rights. The AI Bill of Rights firstly sets out 5 points of guidance. Safe and effective systems. You should be protected from unsafe or ineffective systems. This could be a system that's used in critical societal infrastructure like education, healthcare, or transport. Algorithmic discrimination protection. You should be protected from algorithms that could be used to further bias. This could simply be historically inaccurate content, like Google's image generator that depicted the Vikings as black. Data privacy. This means companies need to regulate abusive data practices and give you some agency on how your data is used, like data consent or alerts about location tracking. And then there is notice and explanation. This means knowing when you're interacting with an AI system, like watermarking, and how it could impact you, which could be improved by better explainable AI.
Me, alone on a dead planet with a manically depressed robot.
You think you've got problems? What are you supposed to do if you are a manically depressed robot?
There are also local examples, like the people of Illinois who are given written letters if their biometric data is used by the private sector. And finally, alternative options, which means having the freedom to opt out in favour of a human alternative. The other 2 frameworks in a sense complement this, and just like 5 years ago, have a huge focus on innovation and growth. 2 quotes from the Guidance for Regulation of Artificial Intelligence Applications sums this up quite well. Federal agencies must avoid regulatory or non-regulatory actions that needlessly hamper AI innovation and growth. And agencies should consider new regulation only after they have decided, in light of the foregoing section and other considerations, that federal regulation is necessary. But the advancements in AI capabilities means that it can't just be left to individual companies and markets to guide themselves entirely. That's why, alongside innovation, public trust in AI is listed as the first principle, because as it states, the continued adoption and acceptance of AI will depend significantly on public trust and validation. The government's regulatory and non-regulatory approaches to AI should contribute to public trust in AI by promoting reliable, robust, and trustworthy AI applications. Put more simply, the US's quest for global competitiveness relies on the American people and its corporations to use AI products. No support and trust, no growth and innovation. This is in part why another executive order was made in 2023, calling for the safe, secure, and trustworthy development and use of artificial intelligence, which requires frontier AI developers to share the results of their AI safety tests with the government, and clearly watermark AI-generated content to prevent fraud, amongst other things. Another point at which the Guidance for Regulation of Artificial Intelligence Applications and the Artificial Intelligence Risk Management Framework dovetail is in the need for a risk-based approach. This, broadly speaking, is aimed at recognizing as soon as possible which risks are unacceptable and which risks can be managed or dealt with as they come. An example of an unacceptable risk would be an organization that engineers pathogens, for example. More manageably, on the other hand, could be students using chatbots for their essays. This is bad but not terminal and can likely be improved and used as a learning curve for educational institutions. Context then is massively important, and this in turn circles back to the focus on trustworthiness. As it states, understanding and managing the risks of AI systems will help to enhance trustworthiness and in turn cultivate public trust, which then again allows for innovation and growth. Some, however, believe these overarching frameworks lack teeth. Moral philosopher Annette Zimmerman argues that we should question whether some technologies should exist in the first place. As she explains, we ought to ask whether we need such tools to begin with. Are the problems they set out to solve worth solving? We need to be open to the possibility that some AI tools should not be built in the first place. There has been some movement in the area of legislation though. In August 2023, the bipartisan framework on artificial intelligence legislation was established, which will install an independent oversight body that ensures legal accountability for harms. As Senator Hawley argues,
Google, Facebook, the biggest corporations in the world, you can't sue them because they've got special government immunity, which is ridiculous.
The overarching message, though, is still innovate first and regulate on the move, rather than the EU's decision to ban technologies outright. Either decision could turn out to be costly or rewarding. Let me know in the comments what you think. But before that, let's take a look at foreign relations. Following on from the AI summit at Bletchley Park, the UK and the US recently announced a partnership for advanced AI model testing. Relations with China, on the other hand, aren't quite so friendly. In fact, the US has explicitly banned American private equity investments in the Chinese tech sector. Again, this makes perfect sense if we go back to the Executive Order 13859. Continued American leadership in AI is of paramount importance to maintaining the economic and national security of the United States. If they can outcompete China, they're on the upper hand. In fact, the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence, chaired by ex-Google executive Eric Schmidt, explicitly states in 2021 that we must win the AI competition that is intensifying strategic competition with China. China's plans, resources, and progress should concern all Americans. It is an AI peer in many areas, and an AI leader in some applications. We take seriously China's ambition to surpass the United States as the world's AI leader within a decade. But is the US ready for this battle? In 2021, the Commission didn't think so. But has this changed now?
My scoring is that the US and the UK are basically ahead. Europe is going to be behind and will remain behind unless something changes. And China is at least 3 years behind.
Schmidt then cites fear of regulation, a lack of Chinese language information, and Biden's restriction on the export of high-speed chips as 3 reasons why this is the case. In summary, growth, trust, and transparency aside, I think one thing people don't realize about AI is its geopolitical importance. And US AI policy definitely makes this clear. This has been Knowledge Brief. Thanks for watching.